everyone, it's Julia and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you an item that I'm adding to my Etsy shop this year. They're little mini wall hangings. I'm combining a couple things that I love doing. One of them is free motion stitching and the other is fabric collage, taking various patterns of fabric and textures and combining them with vintage lace, etc., and then creating these little mini wall hangings. Make sure to stay to the end because I'm going to share with you how I'm hanging these. It's kind of a unique, crafty way to hang a mini wall hanging. So I hope you enjoy this. Thanks so much for watching. I have my tree design drawn out on this piece of graph paper. My muslin is cut 10 inches by 13 inches and a piece of batting also cut that same. Here's just my variety of patterns and fabrics and trims that I want to include on this collage. Just laying things out and just checking to see how I want things to be. Getting this little design underneath so I can see it through my muslin, and I just want to get it into place where I want it. I'm doing some pinning just to get it, to keep it down. I am using the Fixon pens by Pilot to trace this design on. Now this will disappear when it's heated. You do want to test this on whatever fabric you are using. There's people that have mentioned that it's not, that it could leave permanent marks or could reappear when the temperature gets colder. I've tested this muslin and it works just fine, but you want to test whatever you're using on fabric. I have a Unity stamp that I'm just stamping with some archival ink, just getting some texture on the background. Everything that I am using today, all the supplies will be listed down below. I know I want to add some buttons to this too, and these are little wooden buttons that I picked up at Walmart. I'm at my sewing machine. I have two layers. I have the muslin and then I have the batting underneath. That batting is giving me enough body so I'm not having to hoop this. I have my free motion foot on and I have my feed dogs dropped. I am doing all the motion, doing a little jiggle to set my thread when I stop and start. When I'm doing these words, I'm going slow. This is sped up 8 times. I lost my thread here, so I'm redoing that, but I'm going really slow over these. I did mess up a little bit on this heart. But just went on. And now I'm attaching the fabrics, just outlining them and doing some meander stitches within the fabrics also. Like right here on this dark green, I'm just going back and forth and just doing a little meander stitch. And then we'll be going over this lace and catching that with a meander stitch. I thought it needed a little extra right here, so I'm adding another little scrap of fabric. The fabric that I'm working on right now had just some interesting colors and shapes to them, and I'm just outlining those shapes. On this little end here, I'm doing a little bit of doodling with my thread. And again, just outlining. And that's what it looked like. I did add a decorative stitch of leaves and the buttons. And now I'm ironing to get rid of that pen. I'm wanting to add some color to this, so I've chosen 3 different Inktense pencils. My fabric medium, and I'm using a scrubber brush. I'm putting that fabric medium down first, and I'm just going to be outlining these trees with the color. So I did the fabric medium, the Inktense pencil, and then I went over it again with the fabric medium. There's a different color on each one of these trees, and again, I'm just outlining in the color. Decided to add a little pink to that heart and heat setting. You want to heat set this for 3 to 5 minutes on medium heat, and that will sets that fabric medium in. Now on to just trimming up the sides, making sure everything is even. I'm laying the back down and now putting them right sides together, and we'll be sewing this together using about a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Doing some pinning, and then I'm marking the opening. I'll leave a 4-inch gap or opening at the bottom. Everything is sewn, and now just trimming up some of that excess bulk in the corners and the sides. And then getting in there and turning this and using my little pokey wooden stick to get those corners poked out. Now giving it one final iron here and pressing the seams and rolling the seams flat, and also closing up that bottom. Right here I'm closing up that bottom, and now I will be top stitching this all the way around. I do add some free motion with a cream colored thread just in the background. Now it's on to that hanger. I'm using these large binder clips and some chalk paint by Waverly. I'm using the color Moss, just sticking it on this piece of cardboard to keep it so I can hold it a little bit easier. It does take 2 layers or 2 coats of the paint, and I let it dry in between the layers. But it covered really well, and added a little wooden button to that, and it just makes for a real nice fun hanger and so easy. So I hope you enjoyed this. I have a couple pictures here. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a chance to try this. Bye for now.